What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is John. Today, a convenience good. The Tourit insulated cooler backpack I picked up using Amazon Prime for $36.98. Today, a first impressions overview, comparison, and test demonstration. Of course, let's test how good of a job this does at keeping ice. We'll fill it with ice, see how long it lasts, give it up to probably 2 to 3 days to melt, and see just how good of a job it does at maintaining itself. We'll of course compare this to the Playmate Little Playmate cooler I reviewed roughly 2 weeks ago. Summer, like I mentioned, is just around the corner. Spring break is just around the corner. It'll be here before you know it. Products like this, let's get a head start and test them and see how good of a job they do. So keep in mind not only the Little Playmate cooler, but also the Arctic Zone Titan roll top backpack. And last but most importantly, not least, you can compare this, I think, to the Colster Can Insulator by Yeti I reviewed a week ago. And of course, like I said, a first impressions and overview. So with that being said, let's start from where we just left off with the first impressions and overview, and then do the test, and along the way make comparisons. Okay, initial first impression, out of the bag, out of the box, however you refer to it as, you saw it in the bag. That's how things from Amazon normally arrive. Opening and closing the top of the bag, what would have been cool, I think, is maybe had this been magnetic. As you can see, no magnets, it kind of just flops around. Looking at it, not sure if there's a strap, but would have been cool, I think, had this been magnetized. Still decent build quality, no quality control issues, no threads pulling or sticking or anything I have to cut off or burn off. All in all, good all around. Better, I think. I'm actually pretty happy to see how good of quality this is. Even though, like I said, it looks generic, it looks pretty well finished. Like I said, pretty generic looking. I think the black probably makes it look more generic. Had this been purchased in maybe an orange or a gray, which it does come in and look phenomenal, or a camouflage, which also looks pretty cool, I think it would have looked a little bit more unique. That being said, still plenty of branding on the zippers, at the back of the backpack, on the shoulder straps, and also what you'll notice, a neon green stripe. Had this been orange, gray, and camouflage are three colors that stand out on Amazon.com and make this bag look truly unique. Of course, you can see on the inside of the cooler backpack, the insulated part has embossed Tourit logos. I also appreciate the name of the brand, Tourit. Sounds like something you can tour around in, walk around the beach. Like I said, just a little bit generic, but I think had I bought this in either orange, gray, or camouflage, which I think I attempted, but they didn't have them in stock, this would have looked far more unique. And of course, in addition to branding, what also makes this look and feel the part, thank you Tourit for including this, not a sponsored video, is a bottle opener on the shoulder strap. So carrying this bag around, no need to take it off or carry even a bottle opener. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, what makes this generic and almost gimmicky, not in a bad way, but maybe these companies try to aspire to be bigger than they actually are, and it's what causes them to make misstatements or inaccurate statements. And I am no stranger to this. Starting this YouTube channel, I have aspired to be the best, and in doing so have many times made inaccurate statements. But let's go ahead and focus on the product specifications, because they do make contradictory statements, I think. First and foremost, on the inside of the product tag, it recommends taking this bag with you to 3 different places, using it in 3 different occasions: camping, picnic, beach. But at the bottom of the product tag, you can see that it keeps ice for only up to 16 hours. And also at the front, or excuse me, at the back of the tag, they do have a warning label to not put ice inside the backpack for risk of flooding watertight compartments, or actually what it says, ripping the lining on the inside of the bag. So instead they recommend ice packs. But here, like I said, the product tag claims it can hold ice for up to 16 hours. Like I said, it's a little bit contradictory. First, it's meant to hold ice packs, not ice. And secondly, take this backpack, yes, to the beach, to the pool, on a picnic. That is appropriate because those are day trip type events. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. It can hold up to 16 hours, but camping, I think that's 24 hours, right? Okay, now that we've done the first impressions, the overview, the comparison, of course, we've compared this to the Igloo Little Playmate cooler at Dick's Sporting Goods for $25. We compared this also to the Arctic Zone roll top backpack at Target. That was 3 weeks ago. Let's get accurate measurements. Like I said, bigger than the Little Playmate cooler, but not as big as the Arctic Zone roll top backpack. Of course, the Igloo cooler, the Little Playmate, is Dick's Sporting Goods, and the roll top backpack is Target. Both big box retail stores. This by Tourit, however, because it's from Amazon, a convenience type store, this is a convenience good. And like I said, tending or usual for convenience good, they do ebb on the side of just slightly smaller than, say, our roll top backpack, but also bigger than our Igloo cooler. So in between, let's go ahead and get a couple of measurements here. Before we begin, inside the backpack is actually 2 ice pops. We'll test just how long this bag can keep them cool. Almost an A frame, not entirely an A frame like the Igloo cooler, but I think you get the point. Very similar in style to that of both the Igloo cooler and actually the roll top backpack because of the added space at the top. So before testing, before seeing just how good of a job this does at keeping 2 frozen ice pops frozen, let's just get the definitive measurements of the bag here. As you can see, 8 inches across, 15.5 inches tall, and 6 inches deep. A pretty decent size, but still in between. Let's see how good of a job this does at storing ice pops in an 80-degree temperature environment. Okay, 17 hours later. Last night, left this office at 8 p.m., arrived today at 1:15. It's been 17 hours. I just got here, decided to come in and finish this video, test out how good of a job this bag did at preserving 2 frozen ice pops. So, like I said, at 8 p.m. was around the time I left last night, and right before I left, inside I put 2 frozen ice pops. Like we've said in the previous segment, this bag can accommodate ice for up to 16 hours. It's been 17 hours. It's 1:15. I left the office at 8. So ample time to demonstrate how good of a job this bag does. Also, the temperature was kept at a constant of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside the room, no exposure to UV light. So it's been inside, no harmful rays beaming down, generating heat around the bag and warming up the inside. That being said, it is at least 82 degrees in this room at any given time. So pretty warm. Let's see how good of a job this bag did. It's 17 hours later. Ice pops are probably not the best example, but because Tourit recommends using ice packs instead of cubed ice, because on the product tag it says cubed ice can actually tear the lining. Instead of filling this with cubed ice, I decided to fill this with 2 neon green ice pops. So inside the bag are 2 ice pops, and actually one of the ice pops burst open, but as you can see, all liquid, it's warm, I would say room temperature. So the good news here, because it's a sort of plastic insulated material, nothing porous or anything that absorbs liquid, it's easy to dry and rinse and clean. So let's do that now so that we can clean this and rid this of sticky, sugary, frozen ice pop. Anyways, guys, that has been a first impressions comparison and overview of the Tourit insulated cooler backpack I picked up using Amazon Prime for $36.99. Because I picked this up using Amazon Prime, that makes this a convenience good. Today we compare this size-wise and also capability-wise to other items. Amazon items or items found on Amazon typically tend to be in the middle. That is a little bit bigger than the smallest items you can find at big box retail stores, like for example the Little Playmate Igloo Cooler, which was smaller. You can even find smaller Igloo Playmate branded items. This, like I said, an in-between item because it's also smaller than the Arctic Zone roll top backpack. Similar design, similar build construction to the Arctic Zone roll top backpack, just slightly smaller. This actually holds 30 cans. The Arctic roll top backpack could probably hold 40 or 50 cans. So like I said, an in-between product, and we know this is smaller because they categorize this and market it by the amount of cans it holds, not how many quarts or liters it holds, even though that information is available. Again, just to clarify, this is, like I said, an in-between item. Today, we saw also how well this performs in a constant temperature rated environment of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 frozen ice pops melted fairly quickly. As expected, they melted and then actually returned to room temperature, which, like I said, was at a constant of 82 degrees. That was over a 17-hour period. Taking ice pops with you, don't expect the bag to keep things cool, unless, of course, with you inside are additional ice packs. So I think it works as advertised, an insulated backpack. The only problem with the test was that I relied heavily on the backpack's insulation to keep the ice pops frozen. Had I inserted 2 or additional ice packs, it likely would have kept the ice pops frozen longer and also lower than room temperature, which when I came back this morning to finish this video, they were at room temperature and had long been melted. So, a decent quality backpack, well finished, better finished than something of similar price you might find at Walmart, which is good to see. So even though not as big as some of the other cooler backpacks you might find at Target or Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods from other brands, this is a great option, a good option, an in-between option. Holds up to 30 cans and comes with pretty good finishing and also plenty of branding. It looks a little bit generic, I would say, in black. You can get this in a variety of different colors, up to 7 different colors: orange, gray, and also tie-dye. I misspoke earlier in the video saying it was camouflage, but it's actually tie-dye. Without saying, I think those 3 colors look the best on this bag. Black, I think, again, makes it just look a tad generic. With that being said, it comes with great features, Plenty of storage options, front zippers, side pockets to store things, and even a bottle opener on the backpack strap with the Tourit logo embossed or engraved in it. My name is Johnny. I really hope you enjoyed this first impressions and overview. Summer and spring break. Spring break is right around the corner. It's practically already started, and summer will be here before we know it. So, bally up to the bar, hang out at the pool, go to the beach, go to the park, maybe rent a canoe and canoe across the lake and take this with you. You can hold up to 30 cans. My name is John. Thanks so much again for tuning into this first impressions and overview. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified when I post to YouTube. Be sure to share this video with friends and family and comment below if you have an experience you'd like to share or a question about the backpack. My name is John. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video.